The detective called me on a Wednesday. He said they had enough. He said all I had to do was come in and give my statement, and Marcus would never see the outside of a courtroom again. I told him I needed to think about it. That was 14 months ago. My brother's name was Dion. He was 26. He had this laugh that you could hear from 2 rooms over, the kind that made strangers turn around and smile without knowing why. He worked nights at a fulfillment warehouse and spent his days trying to get his landscaping business off the ground. He had a whiteboard in his kitchen with projections on it, actual projections, little hand-drawn bar graphs in green marker. He was so proud of that whiteboard. Marcus was his business partner. They'd known each other since middle school, back when we all lived in the same apartment complex and shared a bus stop. I used to babysit Marcus's little sister on weekends. He was practically furniture in our house growing up. My mother fed him. My father lent him tools. When he and Dion decided to go into business together, she cried happy tears at the dinner table. For a while, it worked. The first year was tight, but they were moving. Second year, they picked up a contract with a property management company, 32 units, weekly maintenance. Dion called me the night they signed it. He said, "Nadia, I think this is it. I think this is actually it." And I believed him because he never said things like that lightly. Somewhere in that third year, money started disappearing. Dion noticed the numbers first. He always had a head for numbers, and when he confronted Marcus about it, Marcus denied everything. Blamed a supplier, blamed a miscalculation, blamed Dion's bookkeeping. It went on like that for months, the 2 of them circling each other, the business slowly bleeding out. The night it happened, they argued in the parking lot behind Marcus's apartment. A neighbor heard shouting. Then nothing. Dion was found an hour later. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. They never found the weapon, but they found Marcus's fingerprints on Dion's jacket collar and a partial boot print in the gravel that matched a pair found in Marcus's closet. Detective Reyes called me 6 weeks after the funeral. He laid it out carefully, piece by piece, the way you talk to someone who's still fragile. He said the physical evidence was solid but circumstantial. He said what would lock it, what would make it airtight, was a witness statement. Someone who could speak to the financial dispute, the confrontations, the pattern of escalation. Someone close to both of them. He meant me. And here is the part I have not said out loud to anyone. Not to my mother, not to my therapist, not to Reyes. I was in that parking lot. Not when it happened. Earlier, about 40 minutes before. I'd driven over to talk to Marcus myself. I thought I could appeal to something in him, some old loyalty, some memory of who we all used to be to each other. I parked on the street, walked to the lot, and I saw them already there, already deep into it. Marcus's voice was low and tight in a way I'd never heard before. Dion had his hands up, not aggressive, just that gesture people make when they're trying to de-escalate something that's already past de-escalating. I stood there for about 4 minutes. I didn't get out of my car. I didn't call out. I told myself I didn't want to make it worse. I told myself they needed to get through it themselves. I told myself a lot of things in those 4 minutes that I have since stopped believing. Then I drove away. If I give that statement, I don't just put Marcus in prison. I put myself in that parking lot. I become the sister who watched her brother in the last hour of his life and drove away. I become the woman who had 4 minutes to do something and chose not to. My mother finds out. The jury finds out. Everything I've been carrying quietly gets handed to other people to judge, and they will judge it because I would judge it too. And if I don't give the statement? Marcus walks. He has already walked, effectively. The case stalled without me, and Reyes stopped calling around month 4. I don't know where Marcus is now. I don't want to know. My mother lights a candle for Dion every Sunday, and she still talks about Marcus like he's just gone somewhere. Like maybe there's an explanation. She doesn't know what I know, and some days I think the kindest thing I ever did for her was not tell her. But then I think about Dion's whiteboard. Still in his kitchen, probably, unless someone cleaned it out. Those little green bar graphs, All that careful, hopeful math. I tried to write the statement twice. Once in October, once in the spring. Both times I got as far as I arrived at the location at approximately, and then I just sat there. The cursor blinking. Me not moving. The apartment getting dark around me while I stared at the screen. Rays would probably still take it. Cases reopen. It hasn't been that long, not legally. I know this because I looked it up at 2 in the morning more times than I want to count. What I can't figure out is what I'm actually protecting. Dion is gone. He doesn't get to be protected anymore. Marcus isn't my family, whatever he used to be. My mother's peace of mind is built on a lie I've been maintaining for over a year, and I don't know if that's mercy or just cowardice wearing mercy's clothes. The thing I keep coming back to, the thought that sits in the corner of every quiet moment I have, is that Dion called me 3 hours before he died. I didn't pick up. I was in the bath. I was in the bath with headphones in, and my brother called, and I let it ring. I called back 2 hours later. No answer. The detective's number is still in my phone. I haven't deleted it. I don't know what that means. Maybe it doesn't mean anything. Maybe it means everything. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do. Or maybe I have, and I just can't admit it yet. Even to myself. Even here. There's no version of this where I come out clean. I know that now. I think I knew it the night I drove away from that parking lot. Some part of me knew and drove away anyway. Dion deserves justice. I deserve consequences. Marcus deserves a trial. My mother deserves the truth. And none of those things can all happen at once without someone breaking completely. So I sit with it. Another Wednesday. Another cup of coffee I don't finish. Ray's number at the bottom of my contacts, just sitting there. What would you have done? Tell me in the comments.